This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 12th day of June in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Now here is what we're tracking tonight. In wake of the U.S. government threatening sanctions against countries that make use of the Cuban labor export program, Vice President Barra Jagdeo revealed today that the government of Guyana is now rethinking its plan to hire healthcare workers from Cuba. At the press conference, Mr. Jagdeo said the government will still be looking to bring professionals from Cuba, but under specific conditions. He said the government of Guyana will be looking at other countries as well to fill the labor shortage in the healthcare sector and other sectors.
But we're working to ensure that the people who come here from Cuba, that they meet the definition because of what the U.S. Secretary of State mentioned, that the conditions of work here don't run afoul of the requirements set by the United States of America. But we are recruiting from around the world.
Vice President Jagdeo said while the government has lots of countries it can seek healthcare workers from, the aim is to get many Guyanese as possible trained to work in the system.
The idea is to get our own people to work in the hospitals. So we're recruiting nursing assistants and a whole range of people to do that, to do the work. But right now, we don't have enough healthcare personnel to offer the expanded level of services that will come through the opening of these new hospitals. So we have to train more of our people. We have to increase their remuneration and working conditions.
Mr. Jagdeo maintains that there is a shortage in the healthcare system, and with the new hospitals coming on stream, that shortage is expected to grow. The Vice President said while there may be concerns about bringing in foreign healthcare workers, the government will not allow the system to suffer due to the shortage of Guyanese healthcare professionals. More news coming up in just a moment.
Father's Day, we got you. Get the chance to win weekly prizes plus a grand 500,000 voucher to purchase all that you want. All you need to do is activate a 30-day prepaid plan, sign up for any postpaid plan, upgrade your fiber bill, or sign up for fiber if you're a new customer. Check the caption for more details or visit our website OneCountryWide for all the information.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This June, magic returns to the stage. KFC and Super Stylistics proudly present the KFC Senior Category Mother and Daughter Pageant 2025. A celebration of fashion, family, food, and love, all wrapped in one unforgettable night. Walk into a world of fairy tale fantasy where elegance shines, stories unfold, and the bonds take the spotlight. Saturday, June 14th at the National Culture Center. Showtime 8 p.m. Tickets are available now at the National Culture Center box office. The KFC Senior Category Mother and Daughter Pageant. One night, one stage, a lifetime of memories.
Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers in men. It starts in the prostate, a small gland that plays a vital role in male reproductive health. Early stages often show no symptoms, but advanced cases can lead to difficulty urinating, blood in urine, or pain in the hips and back. Risks increases with age, family history, and lifestyle. Luckily, early detection saves lives. Simple screening like the PSA test or a routine checkup can make all the difference. Don't wait. Take charge of your health. Talk to your doctor about prostate cancer today. Early detection could save your life.
The Father's Day Cultural Extravaganza is here again. Yes, it's dedication to Daddy 6 under the theme Stand Tall, Daddy, featuring Romo Edmondson, Letitia De Silva, Keisha Sam, Neelan Benjamin, Sonia Yard, Barbara Lee, Simone Dowding, Colin Ambrose, Frederick Minty, Antoine Gonzalez, Creative Arts Dance Troupe, and others on Sunday, the 15th of June from 8 p.m. at the National Cultural Center. Tickets $2,500. Treat Dad to an unforgettable evening of wine, song, dance, and drama with an opportunity to win a fabulous door prize directed by Sharon Cadogan Taylor. Dedication to Daddy 6. Stand tall, Daddy.
Well, let's tell you now that former Minister of State and former opposition leader Joe Harmon has rubbished as false reports circulating that he has endorsed President Irfan Ali for a second term. Mr. Harmon told News Source this morning that those reports are dishonest and meant to cause confusion. There have been speculations about Harmon endorsing a candidate ahead of September's elections. Harmon said he has not offered any endorsement to the president. He said he has not endorsed President Ali for a second term, and the newsroom cannot use a picture taken at Amna Ali's funeral to push a narrative or convert that to push a narrative of an endorsement of President Ali. He said what newsroom did was disgusting false journalism, and he demands that the photograph be taken down. Mr. Harmon, who has been out of the political spotlight since he lost his bid for the position of PNC leader to Aubrey Norton in 2021, said he will remain out of the political spotlight. He said he has no plans to endorse President Ali, and he's not sure where all of that is coming from, and it's nothing more than mischief. Mr. Harmon remains a member of the PNC Reform and said he will be observing the political campaign from the sidelines and offer well wishes to all political parties contesting the elections. He served as Minister of State during the last coalition government and was elected opposition leader in 2020, but he was forced to resign just after he lost the bid for the PNC leadership position. Leader of the Guyana Action Party and former Vice President and Minister of Indigenous Affairs under the APNU-AFC government, Sidney Allicock, announced his support yesterday for President Irfan Ali and the governing PPP at the upcoming elections.
I would like to see Guyana moving forward, and at the present state, I see if President Ali could be given the chance for moving as the president, if I may use that word. I believe much more could be achieved. What I would love to see is the unification of this country to gain what, or to benefit from what Guyana has to offer. And I think in saying so, we need to have a sober discussion with regards to the support of Guyanese towards building this nation, so that we would be able to use the funding wisely. Decisions should be taken collectively, and I think in that way there's nothing that will stop us.
Allicock has not been active in politics since the APNU-AFC was booted out of office at the 2020 elections. He said he still believes in coalition politics, but noted that since leaving office, a small party like his in the coalition has been overlooked and has not been involved in the decision-making process for the APNU.
Within the coalition, which I believed in. I still believe in it. The problem is, or the issue is that we seem to have lost our way. And being a gap member, a small party within the coalition, we felt sort of neglected or left out of the picture, wherein when we started under Mr. Granger, we were all inclusive. We knew that we had a voice, and after that, after we were voted out of office, or whatever the case was, we never could have come together in terms of the coalition. And coming up to this election, although we had meetings with both AFC and PNC, there was never a time that we were confident enough that we were ready to go, because it would have appeared everybody wants to be president. Right.
Mr. Ali Koch made it clear that the endorsement of President Irfan Ali and the PPP was his personal endorsement, since he did not do any consultation with the rest of his party on his decision. Still in the world of politics, opposition member of parliament and attorney at law Gita Chandan Edmond has hit the campaign trail for the governing People's Progressive Party, as she continues to hold on to her seat in the National Assembly on the opposition's side. Last week, Chandan Edmond stood in the National Assembly as an opposition member to announce her endorsement of the president and his party. Since then, she has attended and addressed a number of small community meetings in Region 5 for the PPP, along with Minister of Local Government Sonia Parag and former Minister of Local Government Nigel Dharamlal. Mr. Dharamlal was forced to resign from office 2 years ago when sexual assault allegations were leveled against him by a teenage schoolgirl. He has continuously denied the allegations and has now emerged as a key campaign figure for the PPP ahead of the upcoming elections. When Dharamlal found himself at the center of those sexual assault allegations back in 2023, Chandan Edmond was one of the persons who called for his dismissal from office and for there to be an independent probe of the rape and sexual assault allegations leveled against him by the schoolgirl. While he resigned from his ministerial post, there was never any independent investigation of the claims made by the teenage girl against him. Chandan Edmond now finds herself campaigning for the re-election of President Irfan Ali directly alongside Dharamlal. She has been talking about her decision to support the president and embrace his party for the upcoming elections. Meanwhile, tonight there are growing calls among opposition members for PNC Reform and Opposition Leader Aubrey Norton to initiate a recall of Chandan Edmond from the National Assembly as a representative of the APNU-AFC, following her endorsement of the governing party and the president. The opposition leader has told some of his supporters that it will be pointless now for Chandan Edmond to be recalled, since the National Assembly will be dissolved soon. However, senior party members believe she must still be recalled, since the life of the current parliament remains active and could continue to be active for a number of weeks before it is officially dissolved by the president.
A nation united for one powerful night of praise and worship. It's the One Guyana Worship Experience. Monday, July 7th, CARICOM Day at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence, starting from 6 p.m. Join us for an unforgettable evening featuring international award-winning gospel ministers Chandler Moore, Todd Dulaney, Samuel Midas, Renwick Dewsbury. Out of Jamaica, the viral sensation, Prince Saj, also ministering. Faith Corica, Cheryl Maloney, Timothy Roberts, Apostle Sean Sobers, Miriam Williams, Joshua Joe, and many more. The One Guyana Worship Experience, Monday, July 7th at the National Stadium. Admission is absolutely free, but you must secure your passes through your local churches, online, and designated outlets across the country. One nation, one people, one worship. The One Guyana Worship Experience. Don't miss it.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing June 16, 2025 to produce an official list of electors for the conduct of general and regional elections on September 1, 2025. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will post the preliminary list of electors PLE in all of the registration divisions for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. If you do not apply for a transfer, you will have to go to the polling station where you will be listed to vote based on your previous residence. Wednesday, June 18, 2025 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Guyana, it's time to uncap your weekend. Uncapped Marketplace is back Saturday, June 21st and Sunday, June 22nd at the National Stadium. Come shop the best in local sauces, spices, skincare, snacks, craft, and so much more. Meet your favorite agro-processors, discover new products, and walk away with unbeatable deals. Don't miss the excitement, the giveaways, and the reason we say proudly made in Guyana. That's Uncapped Marketplace, June 21st and 22nd. Support local, shop smart, and experience Uncapped.
New York City, summer is about to get hot. Saturday, August 2nd, SR Hamilton LLC presents Gospel Infusion. Featuring Samuel Medas, Psycho, Eddie Neblett, Sean Daniels out of Trinidad, Christelle Brandt, Sherilyn Maloney, DJ Kesta D,
Timothy Roberts,
and many more at the South Jamaica Multi-Service Center, 11402 Guy R. Brewer Boulevard, Queens, New York. Gates open at 4 p.m., showtime 5 p.m. Get your super early bird tickets for only $50. General admission $70. Pay more at the gate, and limited VIP $100 all inclusive. Come and experience the outpouring of God's grace Saturday, August 2nd. For more information, visit Gospel Infusion on Facebook and Instagram.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
Chasing a ride that takes you higher? Elevate your drive with the all-new Honda Elevate, now at Merrick's. The Honda Elevate has a bold style, cutting-edge technology, sleek and modern interior, and intuitive controls that makes every journey feel elevated and comfortable. So, why wait? Drive a Honda Elevate today. It's brand new, 0 miles, 0 worries. Visit Merrick's, the home of Honda in Guyana, or call 226-1482 to learn more.
Sanctioned Permanent Secretary and member of the People's Progressive Party, Civic May Thomas, will not be on the list of candidates for the governing PPP in the upcoming general and regional elections, according to Vice President Bharat Jagdeo, who is the General Secretary of the PPP. Thomas was sanctioned by the U.S. government along with businessman Azruddin Mohammed and his father Nazar Mohammed and their businesses. The U.S. said May Thomas used her position as permanent secretary to manipulate processes to favor the Mohammeds. She was sent on administrative leave by the government a year ago, but was never removed from office. Mr. Jagdeo today said she will not be on his party's list of candidates.
The way I see it, I don't know. I don't think she wants to be on the list, but the way I personally see it, no, she will not be on the list. That's how I see it personally. On now, but the party, I am General Secretary of the party, but we have not debated these matters as yet.
The PPP General Secretary also said his party is in the process of compiling its list and has already been getting a number of suggestions from party structures.
We have not put out our list of candidates as yet, though people will be considering the names of the candidates. We've had suggestions from our base. We're a party that has so many names now that it has now it is hard to get down to the required level.
According to Jagdeo, his party's membership has grown over the years, and putting the list together could be difficult as there are many good choices and options.
So, but the party has not made a decision as yet. I'm meeting with the structures on later this month. We've had names coming in. We have sent out our circulars with that's how we work to the group all across the country, all 10 regions, and they're submitting names of people. And then we will meet with the structures. We discuss this extensively, and then we'll make decisions.
Elections are set to take place in Guyana on the 1st of September. Nomination day will be the 14th of July. President Irfan Ali has defended the move by a number of opposition members who have endorsed and offered their support to his governing People's Progressive Party for the upcoming elections. Since the announcement of the election date, a number of opposition members have pledged their support for the president and his party. At the sidelines of an event yesterday, the president was asked why his party is so comfortable accepting persons from a party they have openly criticized in the past. The president said those who are now coming to the PPP have accepted their mistakes and are now moving into something new. He said his party is interested in moving forward.
Those who are preaching about moral compass have not seek forgiveness from the Guyanese peoples yet. Those who have now are embracing a democratic force have acknowledged in embracing that democratic force, in embracing the philosophy and the messaging, that we were part of something that was not in the best interest of Guyana. And many of them have spoken to us.
Questioned further about party members who are dissatisfied and feel sidelined by the opposition members now joining his party and might be doing so to benefit, the president said the view is not a widespread one among his party. And he said his party members are aware of the philosophy of the government to ensure a national front.
I don't know that this is a widespread view. I know that the PPP philosophy has always been about building a national front, building and bringing people of every class, every race, every religion together. And the PPP is demonstrating this. And everyone who is a PPP member, everyone who embraces the philosophy of the People's Progressive Party is embracing a philosophy that is national in nature.
According to the president, more people will be gravitating towards the PPP because they have seen the achievements of his government over the last 5 years. He expressed confidence that based on those results, he will be back in government after the September election. Let's tell you now that the cradle-to-cradle model is among initiatives being advanced by the Environmental Protection Agency to address plastic pollution and pollution in general. According to the EPA Executive Director, Dr. Kemraj Parshram, Cradle-to-Cradle focuses on creating products and systems with the goal of eliminating waste and promoting circularity. According to Dr. Parshram, the C2C model forms part of the circular economy policy that is embedded in Guyana's low-carbon development strategy 2030.
Waste isn't a thing, and it shouldn't be a thing. There's value in every product that we develop. And there's a principle called, under the same circular economy, a principle of cradle to cradle, rather than cradle to grave, rather than take, make, and dispose or pollute. We can take, make, reuse, recycle, and keep it into perpetuity. For example, in the biological cycle, you can have products that are, your shoe soles, for example. You can make it with products that eventually, if you walk in the forest, and as it degrades, it goes back to nature. So it's product that is nature-based, like wood.
The head of the EPA was at the time addressing reporters on the sidelines of the EPA's Green Theatre production, an event which was held at the National Cultural Center to commemorate World Environment Day. The Green Theatre production is another of the initiatives being advanced by the EPA. In the case of the production, it is intended to bring attention to the issue of pollution and its devastating impact on the environment, educating school children. Dr. Parshram said it is no secret that Guyana, like other parts of the world, has a garbage problem. He said the effects of plastic pollution are devastating, and it is time that Guyanese change their attitude.
Plastic by itself is not a problem. It is how we dispose of it, how we treat with it, and that is where the problem, that results in plastic pollution. Once we dispose of it inappropriately, that ends up being plastic pollution. It harms the environment, the fishes, the marine mammals, the wildlife in general, and it looks terribly for our environment. So the EPA, this Green Theatre, is one means of educating, and we're starting with our school children, and hopefully that will then transfer to their parents, to their uncles and aunts, to their community, and eventually all of Guyana.
As part of the awareness program, heavy focus will be placed on the Kingston Seawall, a popular recreational area that is often left polluted, particularly on weekends or after holidays. The EPA head said the EPA will soon meet with key stakeholders, including the Public Works Ministry and the City Council, to devise a strategy to tackle pollution in that area.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing June 16, 2025 to produce an official list of electors for the conduct of general and regional elections on September 1, 2025. GCOM will post the preliminary list of electors in all registration divisions for you to check if you are listed and if your particulars are accurate. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not on the PLE. Apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered. Apply for a name change if you have changed your name. Apply for a correction if your particulars are incorrect. Any person applying for a change or correction must provide the relevant original source document, birth certificate and deed poll for a name change by deed poll, marriage certificate and ID card for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate, naturalization certificate for correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of these transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Wednesday, June 18, 2025. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Buster presenting the new 500 milliliter. Wow, Buster flavor full. Make every meal better. Grab a Buster for drink, Buster move. Taste this. 500 ml, that's it. Buster for days, that's cool. Buster 500 milliliter is a brand new choice of me drink with my food. Vibing every munch, that's smooth. Introducing the new Buster 500 milliliter. Grab a bottle with your lunch today.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guy is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyana's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guy Oil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing June 16, 2025 to produce an official list of electors for the conduct of general and regional elections on September 1, 2025. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will post the preliminary list of electors in all registration divisions for you to check if you are listed and if your particulars are accurate. You can object to any one you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed on the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Friday, June 20, 2025. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. The Trump administration is pressuring Mexico to investigate and prosecute politicians with suspected links to organized crime and to extradite them to the United States if there are criminal charges to answer there, according to sources familiar with the matter. Reuters in a report said the requests raised at least 3 times by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and his team in bilateral meetings and conversations with Mexican officials, seek to push President Claudia Sheinbaum's government to investigate current elected officials and launch an unprecedented crackdown on narco-corruption, 4 people familiar with the matter said. The U.S. officials have called for action against several politicians from Sheinbaum's own Morena party and threatened to levy further tariffs if Mexico did not take action, 2 of the sources said. The conversations between the U.S. and Mexican officials have not been previously reported. On Wednesday, Mexico's foreign ministry said it was not true that the U.S. had requested that any official be investigated. It is absolutely false that in the meetings with Secretary Rubio or his team at the State Department that requests have been made to investigate, prosecute, or extradite any Mexican official, the Post on X said. A record 1.3 million people have been forced to leave their homes in Haiti due to a surge in armed violence in the last 6 months, according to the UN Agency for Migration. The number of people internally displaced in the Caribbean country has jumped 24% since December, according to the International Organization for Migration. It is the highest number of people displaced by violence ever recorded by the IOM in the country. Behind these numbers are so many individual people whose suffering is immeasurable. Children, mothers, the elderly, many of them forced to flee their homes multiple times and now living in conditions that are neither safe nor sustainable, said Amy Pope, IOM Director General. Gangs armed with weapons largely trafficked from the United States have formed an alliance in the capital Port-au-Prince and together control 85% of the city, according to the UN. A growing number of people are fleeing the capital for safety elsewhere in the country, according to the IOM. In the Center Department, a region north of the capital, fighting has driven double the number of people away from their homes, from around 68,000 to more than 147,000. And finally tonight, international news. More than 290 people were killed when an Air India plane bound for London with 242 people on board crashed minutes after taking off from the western city of Ahmedabad on Thursday, authorities said, in the world's worst aviation disaster in a decade. The dead included people on the ground as the aircraft headed for Gatwick Airport, south of the British capital, crashed onto a medical college hostel during lunch hour. At least one passenger is known to have survived, police said, and the man told Indian media how he had heard a loud noise shortly after takeoff. Approximately 294 have died. This includes some students, as the plane crashed on the building where they were staying, a top state police officer told Reuters. She said police found one survivor who was in seat 11A next an emergency exit, adding that there could be more survivors in hospital. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.